Hey everybody, TJ McCormack here with Jack Hanks. Today we're here discussing United Claims professionals. We've been wanting to have this conversation for quite some time now, and I'm really excited to finally have Jack here live with me and discuss this. Hey Jack, man, thanks for being here. How you been doing, man? You doing okay?
Yeah, dude. Hey, good to see you, man. It's been our schedules have been the last 3 or 4 weeks. I don't think I've been in one spot more than 2 days in a row. So it's nice. I got home about 2 hours ago and
Right.
unlocked my house and here we are. So yeah, I appreciate it, man. We appreciate coming on and the attention we're getting. This thing it's pretty cool.
Yeah, you know what? I'm excited for you guys. I've had an opportunity to talk with you about it and learn just a little bit more about what you guys have going on. There's many organizations out there in the industry, and you know what? We're gonna talk about yours today. But tell me a little bit about what it is and how it got started.
So about a year and a half ago, I won an award through SVG, and I remember distinctly, I was sitting in my car. This is kind of a corny story, but I was sitting in my car in a coffee shop here in Scottsdale getting my iced coffee, which I get every morning to kickstart my heart, right?
Right.
And the trophy was sitting on my seat, and I was driving the office, and I'm like, you know what? I've done a lot of great things in this business. I've made a hell of a lot of money. I have a great team, a great business, and I've kind of earned a voice and a platform, right? And I'm like, you know what? I can sit back and bitch and moan about all the crap going on, or I can actually take what I've earned and take this torch and start talking about this stuff and make it a priority to get this world of our industry cleaned up a little bit.
Sure.
And I made a conscious decision to start working on that. And my partners at VPA were very supportive, and they created the whole back office of this thing. And we started just about a month ago, and it's been I'm humbled and overwhelmed by the support we've already accumulated and got. Our membership has not opened up yet. It probably will in about 2 to 3 weeks, and we have almost 240 members ready to go.
Wow.
Which and these people want to pay money to be a part of it, and that's it's like I said, TJ. It's very overwhelming and very humbling. That it kind of validates my point that the time is right for this thing.
Sure.
It's important now, right? We're all enough is enough, right? Enough garbage in this. It's enough. We're all done with the garbage. So that's the idea to be a watchdog and get rid of some of the garbage in this stuff.
So. We've heard in the past few days of some people or some not organizations, but some companies doing not what they're supposed to be doing, and we don't need to talk about that too much, but
it's here's the thing, right? We all have a past. We've all done stupid crap, and I'm not any better than anybody else.
Sure.
Our biggest thing is I think TJ. I really think it's a lack of education.
Right.
A lot of it is, and part of our platform at UCP is we're gonna have a training module, and once a month we do these Facebook Lives and this by the pools, and just have great speakers and great guests just to bring the quality of what we are up. And that's the idea of this, because a lot of the stuff, like I see, it's just people not knowing even what the right question is to ask.
Yeah.
Right.
I get that in our industry as well. But tell me why. Why have you decided now to go out and do this organization when there are some other organizations out there that think that they're doing the best for everybody, but I
belong to a few of them, right? And I support them, and I always will, and I'm a part of it. And it's just APA is fighting fraud. They're doing a great job at that, and the APA is doing lobbying stuff for some of the states, and they're great at that. Ours is not. It's for roofers. It's for general contractors. It's for public adjusters. It's for attorneys. It's for vendors like you guys.
Yeah.
So it's that elite status group that we want to bring together, and if we don't get our thing cleaned up ourselves, we got to police ourselves, because what happens is, as well as I do. I mean, the insurance companies don't take our industry seriously, right?
You're right.
I think more is they tolerate us and giggle in the background because we make them look very good sometimes. From some of the stupid stunts that other companies and individuals do on Facebook or on LinkedIn or online, or in the field or writing crappy estimates or creating false claims that aren't even there. And that's what we're trying to, until we get our own act together as a group, as an industry. You really think that the state farms and the farmers of the world and these legislatures are going to look at us? I mean, they're laughing at us, and as well they should be. There's a segment of our industry on that it's just not healthy and it's not good, and it makes us all look like jackasses. And quite frankly, I'm tired of it, and a lot of people involved in this thing are tired of it. And we're going to educate and train and have standards and some continuity about us all, and stand together. And then in time, when we are legitimized ourselves, we can actually go to a state legislature and say, okay, Mr. Arkansas Department of Insurance, since you don't allow us in here, how about let's start taking us more seriously. Let's start taking care of these insureds more, because at the end of the day, TJ, the insureds are what's important, not you, right?
Yeah. That's what we're all after, I think. But then, we think differently than the insurance carriers. But if we're all thinking similarly and doing all the right things, all of us together, then everybody can get the help that they deserve. You're not just doing United Claims for Professionals. You've been educating this industry for many years already, as it is. You were helping me years ago in my, when I was just a lowly sales guy. I mean, not a lowly sales guy, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I had no voice back then, and now I kind of do. But you were teaching my team back then.
Yeah, I mean, so ironically, I've trained 350 public adjusters in the country the last 4 or 5 years, and they're all my competitors. But there's so much work and volume out there. It's great, right? Yeah. And we need more of that, communication and working together, right? I mean, we want roofing companies to be great and write great scopes and find real damage, right? We want all that. And the insurance companies. So here's the thing, right? A lot of insurance people are good people. They are. Yeah. Agents, the brokers, a lot of adjusters we work with are good people, and they have a conscience and they want to do the right thing. And it's that segment of TJ on both sides. Yep. It's that 5 or 10% on both sides that are just utterly out of their damn minds. And that's the problem right there. So if collectively we can, train, educate our competition, there's a million roofers out there. There's a million, and how many of them do it right? And very few, right? So, we got some of the greatest roofers coming aboard on this thing too, to teach this commercial roofing and teach quality and ethics and standards. And the platform is going to be amazing, and it's going to be there for the membership to use. And once again, the better we are as a group, the better we're going to be looked at from the other side, quote unquote, right?
Yeah. And I'm not quite sure who said that just now, but somebody said you helped train them, and then they also said hello pork chop. So I don't know what that means. So
I don't know who that. I don't know who either one of them. All I get is Facebook user, so I'm not.
Yeah, sure. That's all I get too, man. Tell me who's involved in your organization.
So when I started this in my head, there were a few people that I'm like, hey man, if I can get these guys on board right away, it's going to make this thing legitimate. Right. And I made 3 phone calls. And actually three emails, and within 14 seconds of each email, I got a yes. So Chris, so it's I have goosebumps right now, because you're only good as the people around you, right? So the board of directors right now is myself. I'm the chairman of the board, and then we have Chris Corvell, who is an exceptional environmentalist and just a great father and husband and individual. He's on the board. He is all about training and all about that stuff, man. That guy is a working knowledge, a working textbook. And then we have Galen Hare on the board from Hare Shannara, whose firm is freaking crazy great. And then we have John Wood as well. And if you know John, that guy is Mr. He's so smart, and he's so authentic, and he's so ethical, and he has so many great values. I don't know how you really beat those 3 guys.
You know what? Both John and Don Wood are some of my friends, and I love those guys tremendously as well. They've helped me a ton. But John, like you said, one of the smartest guys I've ever met in my life.
And not just about insurance, but about life and everything. You can just sit and we had dinner last night, and he just blows you away with all this. He just has all this great knowledge in his head, and that's what it's all about, man. If we can take just a sliver of all these guys and put them in a platform where it's safe and it's an environment people can go to and discuss stuff and learn, if we only help 1%, we won. right? That's how I look at it, right? Because there's
Yeah,
so much to do, and the company. Some of these organizations don't want to let their little secrets out. Well,
yeah.
there's no secrets, TJ.
Yeah, you know what? Everybody's been trying to hide or be competition from one another forever, but really, here we are, like trying to figure out how to work together. But some people still think of each other as competition or as I'm better than you, and that's not the case. Like most of us don't last more than 2 years. It doesn't matter if you're in roofing or in public adjusting.
So I was at the Dragon Slayer event yesterday, and John Wood's firm put that on, and we had they gave us 15 minutes to go talk about our stuff, which is great. And I think I was talking to another PA, and he found the statistic that 75% of the PAs are out of business in 2 years.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And I'm sure the stats for roofing companies are similar.
Yeah,
it's just, and that's a problem because
4% last 5 years. 4%.
How many?
4%.
Of roofing companies?
Of roofing companies.
Oh my God! So that means so how many suppliers are getting burned?
Yeah.
How many homeowners are getting burned? How many insurance companies are getting burned because all that stuff, right? So that's a problem, TJ, and I'm glad you brought that up. So if we can make that 8% or 10% even, that's still mammoth growth and potential. And I mean, the guys I work with, and these guys are smart, man. Some of these roofing companies, the Nick Forcells and the Logan Graffs at Apple and Sam Struthers and Jonathan Sherwood. These guys are they're mammoth brains. They know they know how to run a business, and they're smart people, and they're ethical, and they're good people. That's what.
And if you're like Logan Graff, you know how to collect.
He knows how to collect money. You're damn right. Exactly. But you know what I mean, though. That's the kind of guys that are, and they're willing to help with stuff like this. But that's, 4%. Is that crazy?
Yeah, that's I put that statistic up the other day, and I had just over 30,000 people see that, and it was over a couple hundred people commented on that, and I asked the question, are you a 4%er? Because I've been in the industry now 9 years, going on 9 years, and that's like grandfather history here.
Oh my God, you're ready to retire.
I am ready to retire. I can't wait, but I still have some more to more help to help other people.
And so that's the whole thing, TJ. There's what it is. There's a lack of. So when I started as being a PA, dude, I literally got my bond, I passed my test, and I got my license. I went and got a business card, and here I go.
Right.
And guess what? I had no freaking idea what in the hell I was doing. I can market, bring work in, And I thought, writing Xactimate was boom, 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 claims are done. Well, that's about 1/10 of 1% of what a PA does.
Yeah, for sure.
And the problem is there's no training, and it's too easy to get a license. So part of our agenda is we want to make licensing more difficult for the PAs, especially because you literally can get a license on a Friday and go sign $1 million job on a Monday.
Oh, you sure can.
Have $1 million check in your bank, and guess what happens?
Either something happens or it doesn't get appropriated correctly.
Here comes a new truck. Here comes new this and that. We all, it sucks. And
didn't order or pay for your materials. Now you got
to call. That's a horrible part of our industry, and I get it, right? And the insurance companies do have some culpability with that of slow pay, underpay, blah blah blah. I get that. But I've been a big advocate. I can't make them do the right thing as a PA or a roofing company. You can't make the insurance companies do the right thing, nor do I intend to. But I tell you what, we can sure raise our bar. There's nothing stopping us from raising our bar, right? And it's up to ourselves, and that's what we got to get back into. Is let's worry about us for once, and be great and be awesome, and let's start putting some pressure back on them that they need to keep up with us for once. That's
tell me what you think of this year so far already with the amount of storms that we've had this year, and then also going back to Ian last year and then Ida the year before. Like where are we at both public adjuster and in the construction world with what's going on?
Well, I don't know how we're ever going to keep up if this thing. It's our firm is 2 years old and we've done 1,800 and some claims.
Right.
That's a lot. That's a lot. I know roofing companies.
Adjuster.
That's little old VPA, right? And that's just a little tip of the iceberg. So these storms are coming. The weather's changing. I don't care. The weather is changing. It's 118 in Phoenix, for 20 straight days, right? I'm in Denver a lot. DJ was 98 degrees in Denver.
Oh, I live here. It's
right. It's hot as hell there, right? So the weather's changing. I guarantee the insurance companies are watching this. and they're getting scared to death too, because what happens with weather?
Yeah.
More claims, and we got to be ready for that as well, and that's why we got to get our side cleaned up and trained, and have some ethics and some morals, and great people doing great work to raise that bar. So when these big storms do come in, these poor homeowners aren't getting stiff for PAs stealing their money, or roofers. You see it every day on LinkedIn, and people stealing freaking money from these insureds, and every time that happens, the bell goes off, and we're bad guys again, right? So
always.
Yeah, we're never going to be able to stop that, and that. But once again, we can certainly do better with the people we have around us.
Right.
That's kind of the deal, right? And it's scary, and it's frustrating, and it's I get very disappointed a lot in this business. As I watch stuff and look at stuff, and just some people should not be part of it. And once again, the licensing thing needs to be brought up to a better standard, and we're going to work on all that, man. It's not going to be fixed in a day, but we have an agenda and a plan and a platform, and I have a lot of phenomenal people. We've raised a ton of money already, which is once again shocking and humbling at the same time, because we're going to spend it very wisely, and we're going to lobby and go to these states, man, that have these shitty laws for these insurers, because it's not fair, right?
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about California recently, doing a lot of changes as well. Not just California, but Florida, Louisiana, all the states, Arkansas, Ohio. Like it's not just one state or one place anymore.
Well, the problem is, we got to make sure we understand insurance companies are always going to be profitable,
right?
And they have to be
profit organizations.
Yeah, as my firm, we have to be profitable. As Roof RS, you have to be profitable, right? And if you're not any help to your insureds or your policyholders. I get that, right? Sure. So when all these storms keep hitting, and all these things keep rising and rising and rising, they're pulling out. California's going to be a mess.
Yeah,
you can't hardly get wildfire coverage anymore in these homes up in the mountains, and in Texas and Florida, it's going to go to where it's going to be state funded forced insurance of hurricane and wind.
Yeah,
with huge deductibles, and it's going to be a mess. And we have
not going to be able to file a claim because the state and the government's not going to pay for it.
Yeah, you gotta basically self-insure your own roof at this point. And our side, quote unquote, industry has some culpability in that. The AOBs and the door knocking, and filing tens of thousands of claims erroneously. That's not how to get it done, right? That's the problem. So that's what we're going to dive into, and be. Florida went from a phenomenal state to be a PA and an attorney in to a friggin' nightmare.
Well, it's the same with roofers too. Like you can't even roof there anymore unless you have 17 licenses and you have a full crew full of Americans.
Yeah, and you full-time employees.
Right.
It's the subs have to all these, which I get. Once again, I think requirements and certifications are great, but then let's not go overboard either. This is insane on some of this stuff.
Yeah, no doubt. Tell me a little bit about your agenda. What's first, and then where do you think next year? What are you planning for the rest of the year?
So first is training. We are working on a back-end training platform. It's going to have a different topic every month. The stuff that's important, the nitty-gritty. How to run your business, how to find stuff. We're going to have a portal where if you don't know the statute of limitations in Louisiana, you're going to be able to find it on our portal, right? Things like that, and the basics that, because what happens, TJ, it's these guys, all the newbies, don't know what to do, and they go on a platform and they ask a question, and then they get berated.
Yep.
You stupid bastard, you shouldn't be practicing. And this poor kid's probably 26 years old. Like, what the hell do I do, right?
Yeah.
And he's getting his ass kicked in. So we're going to make it a safe place for that. So training and education is our number one thing. Secondly, we are a nonprofit, which was crazy to do, by the way. And I give my back office, Chris and Doug, I don't know how we pulled it off, but we got there. It's
nice.
The requirements it's ridiculous, but we got it done. So part of our budget is going to be for lobbying. And the cool part is we teamed with John Wood and the Adjuster Association he has, and they're going to be our lobby arm of this. I'm great at fundraising and raising money, man. But certainly John and those guys have the lobbying down to a science. We don't want to. We want to bring the best of the best with that. So there's a certain portion of our budget that's going to go right to lobbying. So those laws and those areas that are weak for insureds, we're going to hit those very quickly and start at least having conversations, right? We may not get everything overturned, but we got to start bringing it to our attention. Like, hey guys, this stuff is unfair. It's not. I don't care about me or you. I care about Mrs. Smith, whose roof just got tore off by the hurricane. She's the one suffering. You and I will be fine. She's the one getting her head kicked in, right? And we got to kind of get that pendulum back in the middle more, and that's kind of what it's all about. So, yeah, training, education, and lobbying, and then hopefully by year 3 or 4, we're just we got some muscle and some stuff behind us, and we're getting some dents in the armor on this stuff. And dude, we're inviting brokers, insurance brokers. We're inviting insurance agents, independent adjusters. We want them part of it. We want the dialogue, man. Right? Let's talk. What's the middle ground that can make everybody at least get along and talk? That's, if you're not talking, you're not going to grow and get it doesn't work, right? And that's a huge part of it.
And I understand, but from talking to you and then other people, that you want to help everybody and you want to work together with everybody.
Yeah.
But there's some people out there that don't feel that way, about they don't want to work together with you. Like, tell us, I'm not expecting you to tell me why that is, but plead your case with the people that are out there listening right now. There's 20 people watching right now, and there's going to be more that watch this. Okay. And they think that maybe you're going against other organizations.
No, not at all. No. I mean, once again, I'm a member of the APA. I mean, I talk to Doug Quinn quarterly, or I see him at every event, and we're very close. I'm still going to be part of that and support that. And they have a great. I mean, they've done miraculous things in the 4 or 5 years. I've paid them a lot of money and will continue to do so. The Napias and Tapias, they do great on their platforms and going after some of these laws, but they're focused on the bigger states, which I get. Texas, Illinois, or Texas, Florida, New York. There's a lot of stuff going on there. I get, but what about the guy? Red Shepherd, I had a conversation with yesterday. He's in Nebraska.
Yeah,
he needs help. Jason Perry's in Mississippi. He needs freaking help.
Jeremy Canifax in Kansas
needs help, right? He's sitting getting his ass kicked in. In Kansas, you can't be a PA for residential claims.
Right.
What? I mean, commercial guys can hire an attorney. PAs are needed more on the residential side a lot of times than on the commercial side.
Yeah.
So they're like, what? It's mind-boggling to me.
Right.
So it's stuff like that, man. So we are here. In TG, you know me pretty well. I mean, I have a really strong work ethic, and that it means, and the people involved in this thing, we work hard. It's not a joke. It's not a hobby. This thing is not a hobby. This is a platform for us to grow and be great. I want to leave a legacy behind. My PA firm is doing great, and it's running on all cylinders. And I got so many phenomenal people on that side. It's doing great. And this is kind of my next thing to. I'm getting a little bit older now, TJ, as you know.
I think we all are.
Yeah, it's important. I felt I need to leave a legacy, and this is part of it. So I'm going to work my ass off the next, 5 to 10 years in this thing and make it. And I really feel a need to make a difference. And John and Galen and Chris feel the same way. We feel the need to make a difference. And, we're not going to stop. Once again, we don't expect to be perfect.
Right.
Nor do we expect our membership to be perfect or the other side to be perfect. But we're going to work hard, and we're going to listen to our membership and listen to the other side. And I think that's where a lot of this stuff fails, because they're so, dude, both sides suck. Let's be honest, right? So we're going to open those doors, communication up, and talk and start doing important stuff and work together. Hell, I'll work with NAPIA. Hell, we'll work at the APA. I have no problem with that. It's not, me, bro. I pretty much get along with everybody.
Yeah, you've always made sure to make it a point to let everybody know that you want to work together with them. Let me ask this to the people that are watching right now. If you have a question for Jack about this, please go ahead and throw it into the comments. But Jack, while we're waiting for those comments, let's talk about how people can also sign up or be a part of this with you.
So we have a membership wait list. You just go on unitedclaimsprofessionals.org and you sign up and you go on a wait list. And I don't want anybody's money until we're ready, right?
Right.
We're not here to collect money. We're not we've already got 6 or 7 phenomenal sponsors that we're going to announce next week. Already signed up, already done, already paid their stuff, and we're using that as our seed money to grow this thing. And this gets signed up. And here's the thing, also, TJ. Everyone's not invited to the party. I'm not, and I hate to say that, but the bad apples in this industry are not going to be part of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good, that's the way it's got to be though.
And once again, that's not saying it's no right now, but if we work together and I see some changes and my board sees changes, and once again, effort and want to and positivity, I'm good with. If you fuck up now and a year later you're great and you got your, we'll talk to you and see if it fits and makes sense. But once again, this is not a party for everybody. It's not, dude. There's, I'm not going to name names,
right?
But there's certain people and groups that are not going to be part of this because they don't fit our ethics and morals and our what we want to do. But once again, if things go better for them, and they just may, we've all been in bad spots in our lives. We make bad decisions and it snowballs. Sure. And I'm all about that. And we have a lot of empathy we're going to talk about, and we just want to be the platform for the people here, man, to kind of kick some ass and take some names. And it's not just for PAs, bro. It's for, once again, roofers, general contractors, anybody involved in insurance claim. We want them involved in we want ideas. And I'm very open to. I don't have all the freaking answers, man.
Sure.
Neither Chris or Galen or John. If there's something that pops in somebody's head, shit, that makes sense. Let's talk about that, right? Then we'll continue that platform. That's the cool part about this. It's an open forum for our members to have a voice on stuff. I don't care if you're in middle of Kentucky, wherever, and you know what I mean. We'll talk about that and see what we can do to help. And a mentorship is huge too, because dude, when you were a young roofer, I mean, you know what the hell you're doing, right? So we're gonna have we're gonna have mentorships. We're gonna have these big commercial roofers involved, and my old ass PA stuff. The newer PAs, and Chris is phenomenal with the water mitigation guys. And you want great attorneys on your board. I got Wood and Galen Hare and Chad Robinson from Florida's involved, for God's sake. I don't know. There's a couple more joining next week as well. So we're going to have the top 4 or 5 law firms in the country involved as well to donate their time and energy to help these guys out. And once again, it's mind blowing how much we have going on already behind the scenes. Once again, I have goosebumps. Like it's so crazy, man. It's just the timing was phenomenally perfect, and we are very humbled and honored that all these people want to be involved. So it's really cool.
Awesome, man. Yeah. So after this event, can you do me a favor and put it into the comments on the pages and the link where people can get pre-registered and then find out if they're going to be a part of it. If the experience really matters. So I'm just kidding.
And once again, it's not about the money, man.
Right.
None of us are making a nickel off this thing. It's just we just really, 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 really want to give back and make it a better place for all of us, and a safe place, because it hasn't been for a long time. Right.
I appreciate that about you, Jack. And again, everybody, if you're watching, thanks, Jack, for being here today and talking about this. And of course, if there's any other organizations that are watching this, I've reached out to NAPIA. I've been, sick. I've told people about this. I want to make sure that they know that you're not the only one that I'm spotlighting here, but I do want people to know that we want to showcase what public adjusters are doing out there, the good ones, right? The people that are actually out there working together with the contractors to make this place a better place for all of us, and not just public adjusters.
Joining any group or any sort of doing any sort of a training is better than not doing anything.
Yeah.
Sitting back on your ass and bitching and moaning, that doesn't get it done. Be involved in NAPIA, be involved in TAPIA, be involved in the APA. Whatever the hell, any organization is better than none organizations. That's how I look at it, right? So just open up the communication and kick some ass, and don't be afraid.
Well, I look forward to being a part of it and helping you guys out as well in the future. And let me know how I can help. I definitely, all of the people that are involved so far in your organization are all my friends as well. And, working relationships with all of them as well. So everybody, please go to the UnitedClaimsProfessionals.org website and get pre-registered. And we look forward to seeing what you can do out there. And thank you so much. I think somebody's knocking on my door. Just
is your roofing materials there, TJ?
Yeah, you know what? I'm so excited. I was like Santa Claus looking out the window here, waiting for my Christmas to be here.
That's awesome.
But no, I'm putting on a roof next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with the CEO of EuroShield, Leslie
very cool.
Gustafson, and we're actually doing it ourselves, and then we're gonna make a huge video out of it. But thank you so much for being here, Jack.
All right, man. We appreciate TJ. Thank you again, brother.
Yeah, no problem, man. We'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, later. Bye-bye.